guys.
We do house shows.
You're listening to KDVS 90.3 in Davis.
KDVS is a student and community-run radio station housed here underneath Freeform Hall. Students at UC Davis and community members can come here and play music on the radio. Since it's freeform, DJs can play whatever they want. A lot of commercial stations get playlists from corporate headquarters, and DJs actually don't have very much leeway with what they can play in their show. So we try to expose all aspects of underground culture to people that wouldn't otherwise have a chance at hearing a lot of awesome music.
And Maggie Cat for the last 2 hours, and stay tuned for Rick and our first Fast Sticks. He's going to have live band on tonight, which will be totally rad.
KDVS actually got started as just kind of a pet project in the male dorms. They started a shortwave AM radio and ended up, having somebody upstairs talk to somebody downstairs. And somebody was doing laundry, and he said, "Watson, can you bring me a nickel?" And that was in 1962, I think.
KDVS is an eagle.
Commercial radio's goal is often not to represent the listener, but to make money. And pretty often they will end up taking money to play things, or not necessarily straight up money, but sponsorships or shareholders and various other things that lead radio stations to being run by businessmen rather than DJs. And DJs really should be in charge of radio stations. The way it works is we have DJs in the studio, and they will actually go into our library or bring music from home. They come in, and we have 3 turntables set up, 3 CD players, a mini disc player, a tape player, and a computer. And all of that goes into the show.
Hello, my name is Brian, or Trotsky, down here at KDVS. I have a show called The Crimson Airwaves. I'm going to show you how I get my show ready. What you're about to see is the rock section of the vinyl, and I am going to start looking for some bands. Alright, so this is listening room C that I'm sitting in, where I will be listening to the records that I've pulled for my show to see if they're all good. So far, I only have about 18 successful records pulled. I need about 35 to 40 to successfully fill up my show, being that punk rock songs tend to be roughly around 2 minutes, which is shorter than your average pop song. So I either have to play the longest song by every band, or play hella records.
Greetings, comrades. This is Trotsky. You're listening to the Crimson Airwaves on KDVS 90.3 FM in Davis.
Put on really good music.
KDVations is our quarterly programming guide. At least that's what it started off as originally. KDVations is now one of the most published magazines, zines in the catalogs in the area, and is all student run entirely or community member. There's no professional staff that works on it. It results in a lot of experimentation with design and a lot of showcasing of things that would usually get shot down by most editors. ORMF is Operation Restore Maximum Freedom, and it is our mostly biannual music festival. And people can buy food and drinks and just sit back and have an awesome music festival show right in Davis's backyard. Live in Studio A is our once-a-week, hour-long featurette of a live band on the air, and we pretty much just give the mics to them for an hour.
Tonight, For instance, what's happening down here is we have 2 bands from Olympia, Washington.
What do you think of this set?
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Okay, great.
It was myself as striations and this band Physical Demon playing noise music from 10 to midnight on a Wednesday. And it was cool.
If you take this away, Davis is that much less in the know about music and ideas and politics that are, not part of the mainstream. We actually do a lot to keep Davis in Sacramento viable as a place for touring musicians, and by extension even like public affairs and news keep things happening here as well. It's you wouldn't know about it otherwise. It really adds to the differentness of Davis.
KDVS is the reason that I get out of bed in the morning.
It's really important to do what we do.